And more drug news. There is another option for people to lower their cholesterol without taking statins. Researchers at the New England Journal of Medicine found bempedoic acid is an effective alternative for many adults at risk of a heart attack. It also doesn't include severe side effects that can come with those statins, and muscle pain or weakness are some of the concerns. The drug is not new. The FDA approved it 3 years ago, but insurers have not covered the drug's cost because no studies showed it actually reduced a person's chances of a heart attack. And now here we are. For more on this, we're joined by Dr. Corey Hebert, a physician at the LSU School of Medicine. Great to have you on this morning. So tell me more about this drug, what we know and the risks.
Well, the great part about this is that the number one cause of death in America is heart disease. And what directly leads to heart disease is high cholesterol. So the fact that we have a new medicine that has decreased side effects is really groundbreaking right now. The study that we looked at was about 13,000 people, and half of them were women, and they had a decrease in their cardiac manifestations by 21% and decreased their cholesterol by about 23%. That is a huge thing because people didn't really like to take statins because it made them tired, made them have muscle pain, headaches, lowered their platelet counts. And so people didn't really want to take them, which led to increase in people having heart attacks. So now with this drug, we can actually start giving people this medication and people will start having less cholesterol, which will mean less heart attacks. And that's something that we can really use in this country.
Why hadn't insurers approved it prior to now?
Well, the studies weren't out there. It's really hard to do a study when you have to have a placebo arm. Remember, all studies should be double-blinded and placebo. That is the gold standard. If you don't have that, what happens is that people start having these quote-unquote symptoms that really may be placebo-driven. So we had to do a study and think about it. Would you be in a study if you said, okay, I have a medicine that's going to lower your cholesterol and decrease your heart rate, your heart attack risk, but you're going to get the placebo. You're not going to really get the medicine. That's a hard study to fill, you know what I mean? So it just took a while for us to be able to get to fill the study and to have the data to come out that is reliable. We learned through COVID-19 that anybody can say anything in the study. It doesn't mean it's reliable. And so the insurance companies looked at that. This is a reliable study, and now we have the medicine. And I think this is a great thing.
Who are the best candidates for this drug?
People that have hypercholesterolemia, and that means people that have gotten it because they have, led lives that had a lot more fun than probably mine or yours, eat a lot of bad things, but also people that have that history of familial hypercholesterolemia. These are people that would take that. It means that no matter what happens, you're going to get higher, but you really can't get too much lower because it is in your genes. So please make sure if you have high cholesterol and you've had these statins and you've had all these side effects, let's revisit this for you because we want you to be around. We know we did a story earlier, 35% of America is going to be obese, in the next few years. This is a hard thing. So we want to be able to make sure that we're as healthy as possible. And taking the statin drugs, have proved to be a problem. But now we have something better.
Well, and it sounds like you talk a lot about the benefits of this drug. Are there risks? What are some of the things that people should be talking to their doctor about potentially?
Yes, so there's going to be side effects for any drug that you would take. So any nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, headache, these types of things can be side effects. But we have to always remember how bad are the side effects and what was the percentage of people that get those types of side effects as opposed to on a statin drug. Same side effects, but just people got them in much higher much higher amounts. So that's why it's important that we kind of know that the people, and let me say this too, this is really important. This is not first line. We're not trying to, just say that statins don't work. We want people to use the statins, but for people that are statin resistant, meaning that they can't get to the point where they can take this and have a normal life, then this is the drug for them.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.